Hello, welcome to the Storm with your own host Jackson Burning. Today we have tomorrow we have huge playoff games. The playoff starts tomorrow, and unfortunately, I don't think it's that good of a playoff year anyway. But so we have the playoffs starting tomorrow, and the last video was about Golden State. Now we will go into my favorite team series, the Thunder versus Rockets. We'll start out with who's going to win the series. I think Oklahoma City. I think it might be coming from my heart, but I think we can win this series. And I think we can win this series because the best player is Russell Westbrook, and I'll stand by that one. I think we'll win in 6 or 7, hopefully 6. That's the outcome that I see happening. Let's go into my reasons why. Well, the change of pace, the difference in pace is one team's shoots on all cylinders is the Rockets, and then you have Oklahoma City with Russell and a bunch of bums. But they slow the ball down quite well, actually. But D'Antoni's system doesn't work in the playoffs. His best roster was with Nash and Amari, but they never made a conference finals. Like, that was your best roster and you couldn't do that, so I don't expect them to even make it out of the first round this season, which is an upset, is the only upset I'm looking at taking, because a 4 or 5, if the 5 seed beats the 4 seed, it's not an upset, in my opinion. So the 3-6 is an upset. I know Westbrook's going to show up. He's going to have to average 40, which I don't see why he couldn't do, because now it's just win or go home. But Harden has choked in playoff games, and I might get a lot of hate for that comment, but we'll go years back. We'll go to the finals when we played Miami. He was scared to shoot. He was scared to shoot the basketball. It's different between shooting shots and missing them and scared to taking shots. So, and a couple years versus Golden State, and when they played each other in the conference finals, Harden didn't show up for 3-4 games. I think 3 of the 5 games he didn't show up. The last game they blew because Harden had, I think, 13 turnovers. So don't quote me on the turnover thing because I didn't look it up, but I remember watching it live. So I think Harden might choke again because I remember a couple of years ago, Dwight played in that series. He actually played, and the playoffs when they versus Portland and all those games, I remember that far back that Harden didn't show up for half of these playoff games. So I just look at it and say, I know Westbrook's going to show up. That inner dog in him, I know he's going to show up. So I see this, but this is a big series for the MVP race. And I do think Russell will win the MVP, but I don't think he deserves it. And here's why. I think LeBron deserves it every year. I'm one of those people. You have your Westbrook guys for the MVP and your Harden guys, and then you have the few LeBron guys, which is I'm one of them. So, but I do hope he wins MVP. But if I had a vote, I would not give it to Westbrook. I hope he does it because we need him happy so he'll stay. I don't need him leaving like KD left. So that's all I got on that. Change in pace and everything. I think we got this. But especially for the MVP race, we'll just touch on this, is Harden's team has been built around him for the past 4 years. And so the GM knows how to build a team around him by now. And but on the contrary, Russell's team was built around Kevin, not him. So he's still playing with a whole bunch of players that worked well with Kevin and him. Now he's by himself. So it's Russell and a whole bunch of players that don't know how to play with him. As I call it, the saying is I've been Russell and a bunch of bums. And I'm not exaggerating that. I've watched 60, 65 Thunder games this year. I watched 75 last season. Russell's playing with a whole bunch of people who can't score, and the players that can score can't play defense. Robertson plays defense, can't score. Can't score to save his life. I think they should trade him. Cantor can score as many points as he wants. Can't play defense. He's like a wall. He just stands there. So, but I'm making points that sound like that Houston's going to win the series, but no, I think Russell will lead the team on his back and lead them to this series. Hopefully, Steven Adams shows up for these playoff games as he did last year. Steven Adams played great last year in last year's playoffs. This year, with Kevin gone, he should show up more, but I thought he would for the regular season. I haven't seen it. So, I do think Oklahoma City, and this is an upset, and I picked them to win in 7 games. Have a good one, guys. Follow me on Twitter and on burning_Jackson. Links in the description. And I'll see you guys later. Have fun watching these playoff games.